Dear friends, Namaskar and greetings from the Consulate of India in Houston. Welcome to Texas Diaries Oral History of Indian Diaspora Episode 2. In this episode, we bring to you the story of Shri Ramesh Shah, a veteran community leader whose life reflects humility, service, and an unwavering commitment to uplifting others. His journey, like so many of our Indian diaspora, began with professional excellence. Trained in engineering and seasoned through decades of work in manufacturing and business leadership roles, he built a reputation for discipline, integrity, and an exceptional work ethic. But it is in the realm of community service that Sri Ramesh Shah's legacy shines the brightest. As a former global president of Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation, he became one of the strongest pillars of the Ekal movement worldwide. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions, Shri Ramesh Shah was honored with Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award, the highest recognition conferred by the Government of India on overseas Indians. The story of Shri Ramesh Shah is not just the story of one individual. It is the story of what the Indian diaspora can achieve when professional excellence meets a heart dedicated to service. Dear friends, we present to you Texas Diaries Episode 2. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Texas Diaries Oral History of Indian Diaspora, a podcast series presented by Consulate General of India in Houston. My name is Sunata Vishisht. Across oceans and generations, journeys unfold from small towns and great cities of India to universities, laboratories, hospitals, boardrooms, and communities across the United States. The Indian American story is one of courage, aspiration, and enduring connection. My guest today is one such Indian American who through personal whose personal journey I'm aware of, and I know about his work towards building heritage, his work towards building Indian American identity, and his legacy. Welcome to Bharat Beyond Borders. My guest today, Mr. Ramesh Shah.
Thank you, Didi.
Ramesh Uncle, do I have the permission to call you Ramesh Uncle? Because I know you
can
so
call
well,
it.
and it's
No
so, it's
Natural for
yeah,
you.
it's not natural for me to call you Mr. Shah. So I'm going to take your permission to call you Ramesh
Sure.
Uncle. And Ramesh Uncle is how the entire town of Houston knows you. And you are an uncle to everyone. It has been a long journey here in this city of Houston and United States as well. But before we get to that, before we get to your journey of Houston's uncle, I want to start from the beginning. Where were you born, Uncle, and in what part of India were you born and when?
I was born in Gujarat, about 60 kilometers away from Ahmedabad, in a small village, district called Sabarkantha. And we were in a small village and grew up there. Of course, as usual, childhood was naughty and enjoyment, running around. Best part was we were part of the community, regardless of what section of the society you are. You were studying in the government schools, so everybody was together. So that was the start. And of course, those days we used to have a Prabhat Ferry on 15th August or 26th January. So go around the town and sit down with the particular community and enjoy it. So that was the start. That was a part along with sanskar from my parents. Specifically, father was also in those days reading some of the spiritual books and freedom books and this thing. So we learned little bit. But then from there I went to a bigger town for my high school.
Sabarkantha is where you did the formative years of
Yes,
your life.
almost up to 10th grade.
10th grade.
Right.
And after that you went to Ahmedabad?
I went to a small town called Kaparwanj and
Achha.
I did my high school there. And from there I went to MS University in Baroda
Okay.
for my engineering study, science and engineering. And from there I went to work in Surat in Gujarat itself.
So from Sabarkantha to Baroda to Surat, even that must have seemed a big journey those
It was a big
days.
change.
It was
Big
a
change
big
for
journey.
us, yes.
Yes.
Especially even going to university,
Yeah.
we never had lived in that kind of life, especially
The city life.
the city life, free life, hostel life, everything was different. I learned a lot, and also we're not going to any movies in villages. So when you go Baroda, then you enjoy movies. That's the other part of life. And then went to work in Surat in a factory, which was very enlightening in terms of working with the all class of people, from a smaller laborer in the coal breaking, because we had a coal power plant, the laborer from Bihar and this thing, to all the way to the executives. But that was a big journey. Then got opportunity to come US.
That's what I want to know about. You were working in Surat,
Right.
doing well. You're an engineer now. What made you think about America those days, and what year was this?
Two part. It was 1966.
1966.
I graduated. We went to Surat to work in Baroda 3 months, and then in Surat. But there, most of my friends were here, and I didn't go because cost-wise we were not able to afford at that time. So when opportunity came, when Johnson opened the immigration for Asians,
Okay.
right? So at that time we applied and we got what they call is we came as an immigrant, and we got a green card.
So you and your wife at that time
I came alone
first.
because
But you were married.
I was married. I had 2 children, 2 daughters, but I could not come because then cost. So we took one plane ticket and then came to
You could only afford
New
one
Jersey,
plane
right,
ticket
right,
at
yes.
a time.
and then from the Provident Fund, and we came here.
But what was that one reason what brought you to United States? Was it
To-
because
to-
you wanted to learn more, have
No,
opportunities?
In those days, jobs were not easy to find in India, and opportunities were here. So the friends who came, we learned there to go in a promotion in particular company. Also, it will take years because there were not as many jobs. But this thing, wish it was 90s and 2000, probably would not have come, but that's a different life. So decided to come for opportunity where you can be someone and do something good. So, but it wasn't easy.
I
Came,
know.
and in 70s there were not job in New York. Did lot of odd jobs. Then opportunity came after 3 years to come to Houston for 70s engineering job.
So this is now we are talking about late 60s.
Late 60s, 70 December I came to US.
1970, okay, December.
And luckily was not drafted because I was married. So that was the one part we saved us. Otherwise, you have to apply for selective service in those days. So very first thing, you have to go and sign up for selective service.
Is that right?
Yes. So many, we were must be 1,000 plus engineers, educated people working in the odd jobs, banks. So we met lot of people, lot of friends we made out of that. In those days also, in 75 was an emergency, if you remember.
Yes,
So
1975.
we got involved with the community, established together Indian for Democracy organization, and Friends of India International. Those two happened at that time.
So by 1975, you had already come to Houston.
No, I came to Houston in 76.
76.
So we joined this movement in New York, New Jersey. Even went to the consulate. I didn't go. I think Kokila and children went to consulate to raise the flag for freedom and this thing. So after that, I became participant in an organization. I came in Houston in 76. That day we came, and within a month we went to Chicago for a conference for Indian for Democracy. A lot of people were there at that time.
India and America, Ramesh uncle, they have a shared history.
Right.
India fought for its freedom from colonial past and this thing. America too fought
That's
for
true.
its freedom. American, War of Independence, they fought for self-determination.
Right.
India fought for self-determination, and once the countries were free, there was rule of law established,
That's
which is
correct.
very important.
That's true.
And I think those of us who were born in India, I always say, rule of law is the greatest invention of mankind. Because wherever you go, you have that in a democracy, you always have that, you know that law is protecting you.
Right.
No one is above law. And that immediately gives immigrants a lot of trust and faith in the system.
Confidence, right?
Confidence. You know that no matter, nobody can do anything wrong to me because the constitution does not discriminate against
Right, yes.
me. So, which is true for Indian constitution as well. So, I think that rule of law is something that fascinates Indians who come from
That's
India
correct.
to America.
We-
More than any other country, it's good for us.
And luckily, other part you mentioned, we didn't come as a refugee.
Right.
We came as a professional, so we had that pride at
And
the same
zeal
time.
to
Exactly,
do work.
zeal to work,
Yeah.
And so were not
And to
dependent.
contribute.
You were not dependent, but you still have to work
Yeah.
to survive because family came after 2 years in 72. So you have to raise them, give them support. But the best part was by that time, slowly and slowly, community was developing.
Mm.
When we came to Houston, it was a completely different.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Nobody from our community will invite you because there were groups. Whether you want to do Diwali or Navratri or Independence Day, whatever. So
I believe there was no consulate also in Houston at that time.
Houston consulate came very
Much later, in
After-
90s.
Right.
Right.
So at that time we organized program and asked everybody to come participate. Somebody will make puri, somebody will make chawal, somebody will make roti. Everybody participated and it was mixed. The
Yeah.
taste will be also mixed because
Yeah.
two vegetables come, same vegetable but two different people. But
Yeah.
it was a part of making a society.
Right.
Everybody participated. From there, we grew because at that time, most of the Gujaratis were all Gujaratis,
Mm.
not identified as a Patels or a
Yeah.
Jains or Hindus or all these things. But so we all participated together. So it became a kind of a
Cohesive
cohesive group community. From there, we went into the what you call the ICC. Participated there also. We participated in all the events and these things, including Rajiv Gandhi's visit to Houston.
Right.
That was also
Big
one
moment
big
those days.
moment at that time, especially. That then led to community involvement,
Right.
especially serving the people. If there is a flood or any fire or something or some accident, you go and reach out. My best at those days was the Gandhi Center. Some of the donors wanted to take it over, so we had to raise money within a year, otherwise it would go. So I had an opportunity to go to door, cross community to collect $500 a day, so that I can pay off. And it gave me so much confidence and satisfaction working with the community. That expanded and with other community work with ICC or Seva International or Sangh or for that reason Ekal.
Yeah.
And Ekal became in those days, two organizations helped me. One was Swadhyay, where we joined, where we used to go to meet people. And I used to go to Trinidad for almost 12 years. So my connection with my village kind of remained.
There is something in one of the values you said, the scriptures and the faith, that guided you as a child, your
Yes.
parents' sanskar. So one thing we learn is seva. The American counterpart of seva is volunteerism.
Right.
And in America, volunteering is a huge
Big
thing.
way.
That is something that I have also learned here, even though we did not understand volunteering as much, but we understood seva.
So that-
And seva is essentially volunteer.
That's correct.
Anything
That's
that you do for selfless services thing. So I think that's another thing, a facet that
we
combines.
good.
in
We
the-
participated. Let's say the walk for 22 miles for the in those days with children and everybody.
Yeah.
And we used to go for this, got the name, organization, they still do it. And then came back to Kellogg, we used to volunteer for community service in Morgan Stanley. We used to go to the food bank and support them and help them. So that volunteerism helped us
Yeah.
within our own
Community
culture, community
and
culture,
within
and hey,
American
how-
community
yes.
as well. So you opened your heart to America when you came. America also opened
Yes.
their heart to you. And seva and volunteerism was one way where you met, I think, where Indian American community and other communities together,
Right.
because this is a boiling point, essentially. America is a boiling point of all communities. But volunteering, seva is one thing that
We-
everybody understands.
Yes.
Ramesh, I always wonder, a lot of young children, they ask me this question, and I don't always know if I know the answer, that how can we straddle both communities together? How can we straddle India and America together? India is in our hearts, America is where we live. One is Janmabhoomi and one is Karmabhoomi. And both have given us a lot. I mean, it's both societies have given us a lot, and there is a lot in common. But to the younger generation, if a 15-year-old was asking you that, Uncle, where do I find a common ground between the two cultures, what would you tell them?
The common ground is life itself. You remain honest, hardworking, your moral ethics, regardless of where you are, whichever country where you will come from, it will remain same. So that reflects in a person whom you are dealing with. Either it is a job, either it is a community, either you are traveling.
Yeah.
If you respect other individual, just like you will respect yourself, then it doesn't matter. Yes, in terms of people like us, where you have a Matrubhumi and a Karmabhumi, you also owe something. Just like I give example, even today I am talking to some people that sure you contribute here, either you go for voting as your duty, either you stop by if somebody has an accident and help them do something, either it is a flood and you go and help whatever you can, open your house, people who can come at that time. But at the same time, you also think that, hey, wherever I studied, wherever I grew up, I don't have to be convinced who they are. You can do something for them also. And that doesn't have any, what you call the contradiction with serving people here or
Or
there.
there.
As long as you are
As you said, humanity
humanity,
is one.
right, yeah.
As long as you look at everybody as a fellow human, all contradictions dissolve at that point. Then there are no contradictions.
But one part is there that if you do not serve community or society or a nation in a smaller way, if you don't start at later age, it's not easy to do it. So even if you are in a school, if you are in a high school, helping your friend, if you are in a college, helping your friends or
Whatever you
colleagues,
can do
whatever
at
you
that
can
level.
do, right.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of difference. Either you share food with them, either you share a car, okay, hey, I'm going home, you can come with me. And if they have difficulty, you go and help them.
Yeah.
That becomes a foundation for you to looking bigger picture in terms of social and family life.
True, true. Uncle, tell me a little bit about Ekal. I know you've been associated with Ekal Vidyalaya for a very long time, and I have participated in some
That's right.
programs, and you have very kindly invited me to so many of your programs, and I keep reading about Ekal Vidyalaya a lot. And again, this is part of the seva, this is part of volunteerism. In short, just tell me, what does Ekal Vidyalaya stand for?
Ekal Vidyalaya is basically one teacher school. We started in 1988-89 in India, basically from Jharkhand. It was South Bihar in those days. to educate children where there were no government schools. So that was the start. Have a woman who is an 8th grader or 10th grader give some training, she will teach children, you give basic materials at her home, you don't pay much in those days, but encourage them to educate the children in your village. So in that way, it started slowly. By 1998, it was still in that one area, Jharkhand, which is now. After that, it expanded in different states because there are tribals in different areas also. So slowly and slowly, we took one state at a time and expanded from 98. Here in US, we got involved in 98 itself to support whatever we can, 100 schools, 200 schools. In 2000, we established Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation of USA
Okay.
and get larger community involved. So I was lucky that I had an opportunity to bring the office in Houston, and then with my job, I used to travel on a Friday. I'll go the red-eye flight to California or wherever. Come back Monday morning, red-eye flight. So I used that weekend to go to different places, and we were able to establish some 70 chapters across US. And the reason was there because everybody came as educated, so they all had interest in educating people at home, especially in the villages. Person like me who grew up in a village had much love for villages.
Yeah.
So I used to go 3 to 4 weeks in a year till I retired. Then I spent 3-4 months. So that I can go to the villages, sit down with them, talk to them, and you become basically part of them, with their life. Only difference was, in those days there was a lot of poverty. When in villages you go and you were coming from US, yes, you were little bit better off that way, but you share those values, you share the dreams. And I used to tell, and still today, that what opportunity we got, if you get the same opportunity, you will be much ahead of me,
better
much
than
better.
us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And today, even this year also, I couldn't go, only went to 12 days. I went in Jammu, I was in Pathankot, I was in a village near Ayodhya, village near Prayagraj, and also in Gujarat. So you, basically what you see is you see the vibration with them.
Yeah.
Either they are dancing there, either they are doing some activities there, you go and play with them also. So you have to be part of them, to become one of them, so that you can get involved.
in that. What has been your experience with the Indian American community and how they share or they give the philanthropy? Let's say the Indian American community and philanthropy. It's not very well known yet
Yes,
for
that's true.
philanthropy.
That's true.
What has been your experience?
You know, by and large, you might know that you go to the temple, which is very common, go ahead, and that's a normal for us. But if you meet person by person and explain, it does make a difference. It may not happen same day. Even when we started here, some of my friends also, they, hey, he's doing some social work, that's fine. But once 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they start feeling that, hey, this is something worth doing. Either they give in a small amount or bigger amount. And as time passes, especially nowadays, because your children are well settled now, what do you do? I want to do something for the society. Either here, people give in the universities where they studied here, we do the same thing. The university you studied, alumni association, you pay your dues. The same time, you also look at back home, and hey, I can do something. Specifically teaching the skills. Education is one part, teaching them skills, either it is a tailoring or computer or what we call in a smart village, teaching them math and physics and this thing online. All of those things become so interactive that they feel proud that we have done something. It's basically satisfaction.
True.
Okay, it's not you may get your name on the stage 1 or 2 days, but it's internal satisfaction. And by and large, our community, if you go and meet them, it opens the heart. But it's a
You have to reach out.
right?
You have to reach out. I think there is a problem in reaching out.
Reaching out.
We don't reach out as
We,
much.
by doing functions, sure they come, but to
Reach out to
bring-
and to explain why we are doing something. That is, and then that is
you
when
have to
the
explain, you have to
hearts
respect,
open
you
and
have to
purses
respect
open.
them. You may think, oh, somebody is so rich, why is not giving? No, they may be doing something
something
else.
else.
You have to respect them. They also have some heart, but they are doing something else.
Yeah.
And respect them, and then also encourage those activities.
Yeah.
You're doing good, nothing wrong.
Uncle, you are like a global citizen. You live in India, you live in America, you straddle both worlds so comfortably, and you've been doing it for years and decades. And it is truly wonderful to see you, and you're such a great role model for the community. And when I speak to everybody and when I talk to them about you, one word that everyone says when I say your name is respect. They're like, all we can think of is respect for everything that he does, and that is what you've commanded over all these years. The respect that you have commanded with all your work that you have done. The community loves you and respects you.
No, but Surinda, you know that it's a community who gave you this opportunity.
Yes.
Right? It's a nation who gave you this opportunity. It's this country who gave you opportunity to become what you are. And end of the day, that satisfaction stays with you and the community. Time will change.
Yeah.
New
New
leaders
faces
will
will
come,
come.
new people will come. Your job is to support them, to encourage them. And if they make a mistake, you find a way to encourage that, hey, this is the better way.
Yeah. That's
Not criticizing. That's
Not criticizing. True. Uncle, we have reached the end of this show. I could talk to you for hours,
Yes, sir.
but we have a time constraint. One last question. If there is one thing that you would like the next generation to remember you as, what would be that one thing you would like to be remembered for?
I did my part in the life. It will speak on its own. Only thing I can tell them that either in family, either in a society, money is an instrument, and it should not create any quarrel in your family. And if you can help somebody, either education, either skill, either service, that all it counts for satisfaction.
Ultimately, it is the satisfaction that comes through seva
That's right.
and volunteerism, and that's what we say. That is one thing that binds, in your life at least, it's the seva and volunteerism that has brought both, that has bridged these two worlds
That's
together for you.
That's true.
Seva is what has bridged this world together for you. Ramesh uncle, thank you so much
Thanks a
for
lot.
this conversation.
Thank
This
you.
has been wonderful. I have learned so much. I know so many, we've recorded this for posterity. There are so many young kids who will learn so much from you,
No.
and there will be so much. You are truly a role model, and we are thankful.
I am
Yeah.
always happy that, look, we may think that this generation is like this. No, they too will make difference.
Every
It's
generation makes
that-
a difference.
Older generation thinks, but then they will make a big difference.
That is
and
true.
that confidence is always there.
Always there. And if the path that has been laid is well laid out, then there is, like you have,
Nothing to
then there is this thing. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you
Namaste,
so
Bhaiya.
much. This was a wonderful conversation. We will be back with more such conversations. Don't forget to tune in to Texas Diaries. See you soon.